Welcome to Module 1 of Real Estate Wholesalers Club Wholesalers Training Mentoring Program. Module 1, we're just getting started, and this is Understanding Real Estate Wholesaling. Welcome, I'm Justin Chamness. I'm glad you're here. Module 1, exciting things ahead for us, folks. I want you to kick back, relax, turn off any distractions that you may have surrounding you, if you can, and put your focus and attention on your future business. You're making an investment right now in your future, in your business, and that requires your attention. That's something the preacher man told me one time. I heard in church service, and he said the reason why you have to pay attention is because it costs you something. You have to pay attention. Tune out the distractions and direct your focus towards what needs to be focused on at the moment. So, at any rate, let's get started. I want to share a little bit about who I am and where I've come from. There is a video in I believe it's the frequently asked questions tab of the training. If you get that far before you watch the rest of the modules, you'll see some of the information presented there about me, where I've been, what I've done, how I got started here. Long story short is I'm a salesman. I've been a salesman my whole life. My mom and dad are ministers, and they raised a little salesman. I've got two brothers. One, they both were in the military, and I never went in the military. I was always about going out and trying to entrepreneur my way into something. And at age 20, I basically decided to try to follow in my father's footsteps. And I found out that, that's a tough way to go. When you're working for, just imagine working at your job, and then at the end of the day passing a hat and saying, just throw in there whatever you think I'm worth. That's kind of what I saw the life of a minister was like when I was a kid. And, I struggled with it because I needed to pay the bills, and I needed to raise my family, and I didn't want to have to put pressure on the people at the church to, support the church and me, and working a job and trying to be a minister, man, that's tough too. And basically by the age 26, I was pretty burnt out. And I decided that I needed to do something. And so I took some part-time jobs. Had already begun studying real estate. Basically was just trying to find a way to make some cash. Had the chronic feeling of constant unemployment or constant underemployment, and some of you out there can be a witness for that feeling. It's a horrible feeling. And my brother, thank goodness, while I was a minister, while I was doing that back in my early 20s, and now I'm in my 40s, so that lets you know I've been doing this for a long time. My brother, he's an entrepreneur as well, but of a different sort, and he owns a large and successful janitorial office cleaning business, where he, of course, he doesn't go do the cleaning, but he owns the business. And I was hanging out with him one day. I heard him on the phone talking about some real estate, and I thought, how interesting what he's talking about. And when he got off the phone, I just said, hey, what's up? And he started explaining to me how he was doing some real estate quick flips and making some cash on the side. And I thought, oh, that's exactly what I need. maybe I can get enough money out of that to do what I need to do and do what my heart's calling me to do. And see, that's the beautiful thing about real estate, folks. If your heart's calling you to do something, this is the ability to make some good, substantial amounts of cash quickly and routinely. to fund those dreams and those goals and those aspirations, those ideas and concepts that you have, that you've developed over the years and through your life experiences. And anyway, my brother was sharing with me, and it sounded so good. So I got online and I ordered a Ron LeGrand course. I don't know if any of you are ever familiar with Ron LeGrand, but I spent $99 on eBay and I bought a Ron LeGrand course. Basically learned everything I could from that. Since then, I've bought pretty much, I feel like, every wholesaler's course out there, real estate wholesaler, every training, every mentorship. I feel like I've been exposed to them all. And I have found strengths in many, if not most or all of them, and I have found weaknesses in all of them. And the weakness in all of them, really, that I could, if I could put my finger on it, it is that they give you the nuts and bolts. Yeah, they give you lots of information, but the doing and the application of the thing is a totally different thing. All right, it's one thing for me to tell you what wholesaling is, but it's another thing for me to show you and to be available for you while you're doing it. Okay, that's what I wanted and what I needed. And thank goodness I had my brother. He was able to help me a little bit. His strategy was a little different than the one that I initially wanted to embrace. And so, we were able to work alongside one another a little bit, but I was learning some things and he was doing some different things as well. And, eventually, it's funny how life goes, but I got into the world of investment banking, and I became an investment banker for a prominent firm in Kansas City, Missouri, downtown, and did some work there for several years. All along the while, along the way, doing real estate wholesaling. As an investment banker, I was a mergers and acquisitions consultant, which means basically that I was the broker, I was the middleman, I was the wholesaler, so to speak, for $20 million, $30, $40, $50 million transactions of varying industries. And so it really broadened and deepened my understanding of real estate transactions and transactions in general and business in general. And for that experience, I am and will be eternally grateful. But my heart is real estate wholesaling. Okay, we could talk all day long about all kinds of different real estate techniques and strategies, but my heart is wholesaling. And so that's why I want to, teach, and that's why I'm a mentor and a coach, because that's why I still wholesale to this day. Am I a fix and flipper? Yes, sure. Do I still have those connections with the investment banker world, and am I still, involved in some of that to some degree? Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. But my heart is real estate wholesaling. And so in time, I just developed processes that allowed me to do real estate wholesaling because I found it to be the answer that I was looking for. It has, it allows me to make substantial lump sums of cash quickly and routinely without, a lot of headaches. So, more than I can make at a job. And here's the best part. I've discovered that because I've learned how to be a real estate wholesaler, that I will never be without a job ever again. I will never be unemployed ever again. I will never be underemployed ever again. And if you're sick and tired of that stuff, man, you have found home. Welcome home. All right? Because I've been there too, I've had my ups and downs. I've been on top of the mountain and I've been down in the valley, so to speak. I've slept in my car in Walmart parking lot, and I've lived in really, really nice, I wouldn't say mansions, but beautiful houses, beautiful homes. I've owned homes and homes and homes, and I've lost some. I've taken my lumps. I've taken my bruises. I've paid my dues. And in doing so, I've built an incredible relationship with the investor community in my market. Okay, I've developed an incredible reputation here in my market. And I've also developed processes and systems that allow me to continuously be successful with minimal effort. And that's what I want to show you how to do. There are a lot of real estate courses out there right now that talk about virtual wholesaling. They talk about doing it from anywhere on the planet. And I'm going to show you exactly how that's done. But I'm going to show you how you dominate your market right there where you live. I mean, what profits a man if he gains the whole world but he loses his own soul? If you can't do it in your own hometown, then, how in the heck are you going to do it in Timbuktu or whatever, So, don't you want to dominate your market? Don't you want to be top in your market? Don't you want to be rocking and rolling in your market? As well as being able to do deals all across the nation? Well, sure. I find a lot of those courses, and I've been in part of them, and the mentoring programs and so on and so forth, I find a lot of them leave me a little shallow. I'm a fix and flipper as well, but wholesaling, that's my heart, and I'll always be back to wholesaling. Wholesaling is simple. Wholesaling is simply this: when you do real estate wholesaling, you are simply finding repeat cash buyers. Repeat cash buyers, right? And you're building a relationship with them. I'm defining what real estate wholesaling is for you, okay? Number one, you're finding repeat cash buyers. That's job number one. Build relationships with them. You need to know if they're married or not, and if they've got kids, and if their kids are in sports, and what they do, and if they have a job besides this, or how long they've been doing this. And you should certainly need to know what they're looking for in real estate. These are repeat cash buyers. I'm going to show you in module number 2 exactly what you need to do to build a cash buyers list that you can use to sell your property deals over and over again in your market area. I'm going to show you exactly that. Real estate wholesaling is, first of all, building a great cash buyer list. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Very, very simple. Very, 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 very simple. And there's some sneaky tricks I'm going to show you that make it super easy and super easy to sell to these buyers. Okay, it's one thing to have a list. It's another thing to sell to them. I'm going to show you exactly how easy it is to sell to them. And I'm going to give you case study examples from my own life and business. Real estate wholesaling is also developing a process to acquire great real estate deals. And there is a process for that. There is a process. And I know a lot of the gurus and mentors and coaches, they'll teach you that, it's marketing, and it is marketing. Yes, it is. But there's more to it than that. I want to show you how to present yourself and your offers in such a way that they get respect. Yep, get respect. Worst thing about being a wholesaler is when you make your offer and it's rock bottom dollar offer and people laugh your ass out of the house. I've been thrown out of houses. Absolutely. I don't get thrown out of houses anymore. No. I'm going to show you the right way to make offers. And believe me, folks, that's what it's about. When it comes to getting property deals, it's not so much about marketing as it is about making offers. And marketing helps you make offers, okay? So you need to be, making offers. So the concept is to find these property deals and to sell them to your repeat buyers. Now, what separates us from the realtors? We're not realtors. We're real estate wholesalers. And don't you ever catch yourself telling anybody that you're a realtor if you're not. Okay? If you're not a licensed real estate agent or a realtor, do not even begin to allude to the idea that you are. You are a real estate investor. You are a buyer. Okay? You buy cheap property deals. You just happen to sell those deals off before you have to pay for them. All right? Real estate wholesaling is finding deeply discounted off MLS property deals, and then turning around and selling those to your repeat cash buyers. Repeat. Do it over and over and over and over until the day that you don't ever need to do it again. That's how simple it is. Real estate wholesaling is offering deeply discounted off MLS property deals. Okay, we don't really sell properties as wholesalers. We sell property deals. We contract properties, but then we sell that contract. Okay, we're not selling the property as much as we're selling the contract, and the contract is for that property, so that works out. All right, so real estate wholesaling is offering deeply discounted off MLS property deals to your repeat cash buyers, selling them those deals. It's that simple. So you need two things. You need repeat cash buyers, and you need deeply discounted off MLS property deals to sell to them. Pretty easy. Two things. If you can do two things, if you can get these two things working in conjunction with one another, you'll never be without a job another day in your life. You'll never be underemployed another day in your life. Okay? That's how it works. Now, the first module after this one that you're going to jump right into is building a buyer's list and how to sell to them. I want you to know, I started out with that not because the chicken comes before the egg. Maybe the egg comes before the chicken. Should we look at property deals first? Should we look at buyer's list first? I think we need to engineer your business backwards. Start with the customer, the buyer. Start with that. And then once you have that, once you find something to sell them, money made. That easy. That's why I've structured it this way, because you need to focus on your customer. You need to focus on your business from the perspective of your customer. And who is your customer? Remember what real estate wholesaling is? It's selling deeply discounted off MLS property deals to your repeat cash buyer, your customer. All right. I'll see you in the next module.